The Caribbean island offers a diverse range of locations for tourists with beautiful sandy beaches, dense rainforest, and an all-round good vibes culture. However, there are some instances of crime in the Caribbean islands which can lead to tourists to wonder which nations are safer than others. Using crime rate data and the Global Peace Index (GPI), we'll look into the safest Caribbean island and the islands that are deemed more dangerous. Hi explorers, welcome back. If you are new, welcome to Travel and Explore with Fulu, where info about travel and emigrating is shared. Consider subscribing and joining the Explorer community. Number one on the list is St. Lucia. St. Lucia doesn't feature on the GDP, but the small Eastern Caribbean island is considered one of the safest. It has a small population and around 200,000 people who are generally friendly and welcoming. Most tourists will find their visit is free of trouble, but visitors are reminded to stay vigilant and avoid isolated areas, especially after dark. St. Lucia has dormant volcanoes that don't pose a risk. However, hurricane season from mid-May to end of November can sometimes cause disruption. Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda is another nation that doesn't feature on the GPI, but it is considered to be one of the safest Caribbean islands. It has one of the lowest burglary rates and also kidnapping cases in the Caribbean, and most tourists won't face a risk when they visit. However, it is advised to always remain vigilant and maintain personal security awareness to keep safe. Barbados. Barbados is seen to be one of the safest Caribbean islands, and as such sees around 1 million visitors every year. Locals are generally welcoming to tourists and families, especially favor visiting this Caribbean island. Some popular tourist areas such as Bridgetown has recently seen a spike in robberies. As a result, tourists are advised not to wear visible gold jewelries, and as with any other country, visitors should take steps for their own safety, such as avoiding isolated areas. Grenada. Grenada is one of the safest Caribbean island with a low crime rate and low risk of natural disasters. There are some instances of pocket picking, and it has the second highest burglary rate in the Caribbean. However, tourists who are aware of their belongings and maintain their personal security shouldn't face a problem. St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is another smaller island nation that is seen as one of the safest in the Caribbean. It has a low crime rate, and visitors usually won't face any problem in their trip. There are, however, some instances of petty crimes and pickpocketing, and tourists are advised to ensure their valuables aren't visible and are kept secure. Hurricane season lasts from May to November, and visitors should be aware that small storms could easily develop into larger, more dangerous one. Bahamas. The Bahamas has a higher risk of crime, especially violent crime and robbery. There are certain areas such as downtown Nassau where the risk is higher, and tourists are advised not to walk there after dark. The Bahamas also see a risk of natural disasters with hurricane season lasting from June to November. However, the outlying islands of the Bahamas have a lower crime rate and are generally seen as safer. The Ministry of Tourism has also taken steps to protect people, including implementing more CCTV and improving regulations around boat safety. Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is the first Caribbean nation to feature on the GPI. It ranks joint 81st in the world out of the 163 nations that are ranked. There are certain areas in the Dominican Republic where crime is more common than others. The tourist hotspots will be more prone to pickpocketing and muggings. Punta Cana and Las Terrenas tend to have lower crime rates and safe tourist resorts. Jamaica. Jamaica ranks joint 81st on the GPI. It is low on this list of safest Caribbean island due to its high murder rate, which is 5th in the world. Jamaica has a generally high crime rate and gang violence and shooting are common. However, these instances are usually contained in certain areas, so tourists aren't always affected. Hotels and resorts are kept safe, but tourists can be targeted for robberies and pickpocketing, with some instances turning violent. Visitors are advised not to carry valuables and take precaution measures to keep themselves and their belongings safe. Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago ranks 88 on the GPI, making it one of the least safe Caribbean islands. It has one of the highest homicide rates in the Caribbean, coming second to Jamaica. Violent crime is common, including robbery and assault, and drug trafficking is also an issue. Tourists are targeted for petty crime, scams, and pickpocketing. Visitors are advised to exercise caution to keep safe. These include keeping windows up and doors locked when driving and avoiding isolated areas. Haiti ranks 115th on the GPI and out of 163 countries, and is seen as one of the least safe Caribbean islands. It is currently in an unpredictable and volatile security situation. There are often demonstrations and protests which can turn violent, and visitors are advised to avoid crowds and large gatherings. There are high crime rates in Haiti, especially for violent crime, including murder, assault, and robbery. There have also been many instances of kidnappings of foreign nationals who will be released for a ransom. Public transport is generally seen as unsafe. Visitors are advised to be extra attentive when withdrawing money from ATMs and to always be aware of their surroundings. That's all I have for you today. Kindly like the video if you find it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.